as we'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the Atlanta Falcons versus Aaron Rodgers and the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our sixth season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And, CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway here on EA Sports. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's now in his 8th season in the league, and that's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
Powers through, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Upon a 46, a return of 5. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, now in his 17th season out of Cal. It's Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers to throw. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That's on Pro Bowl center Jason Kelce. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Pickens. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
And as we all remember, 2020, not the greatest of years for the Eagles as a whole, but you certainly can't pin it on their pass rush. They were absolutely terrific throughout the season. 49 sacks as a unit, the 3rd highest total in the NFL, much of it generated by their front 4.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? He'll look to throw, and he'll find Moreau here. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the 1st drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
2nd and 8 coming up. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he'll complete this one to Barrios. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Garoppolo now. He finds his man, complete. It's Addison. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Now they try the right side here. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So they tried to get him out of the pocket, but that just flat out did not work to their advantage.
Yeah, it seemed to me that he thought maybe he could run around the pressure, but he just kept putting himself in a worse and worse situation. At some point, cut your losses and just go down.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Rodgers going to throw. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit him quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for, the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Second and 11 now. Here's Rodgers. It's complete to Williams. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Austin Eckler got hurt last year, missed 6 games, but still finished with 54 catches, the 5th most by a running back in the NFL. But remember this, 2019, 92 catches. This guy's a definite threat out of the backfield.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
action. Garoppolo under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo looking sideline, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Addison. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so if you're...
Now Cook hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff as they run left side. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
What a banner year in 2020 for Myles Garrett. Gets his Cleveland Browns to the playoffs for the first time in a long time and had 12 sacks to lead his team. He's averaged more than 10 sacks a year in his 4-year career and was named All-Pro for the first time after the 2020 campaign.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Two yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. On play action, Rodgers. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 102 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Pickens. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Garoppolo looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And to give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Brown. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now Will Lutz, who went to college a stone's throw from here at Georgia State, comes on for the field goal attempt. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And this one is incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. On the screen, this is Eckler. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Eric Armstead picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo under pressure. They got him again. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing is Rodgers. That's into the hands of Eckler. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from Howard. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. I like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's a football team who have the lead in that one. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Darnell Mooney, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. The Jets looking to get their season off on the right foot. They've got the lead on the road. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. Play action, it's Rodgers. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. This is swung out to Eckler. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it a second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 38. 67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Brian Anger now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Berrios. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Side, they're going to go option here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Pickens. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A give. This is Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Pickens. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
False start for offense.
false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Pickens. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Rodgers now to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Garoppolo on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. From the 24, Garoppolo. From the left side, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Berrios, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's complete to his running back, Wilson.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jordan Akins, 26 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from having the lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Rodgers now on first down.
They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
7 yards to pick up there.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Handoff comes to Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with fourth down and a yard.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Mike Williams there to make the grab.
And once again, the Eagles are back out in front.
Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us? Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And here now come the Falcons. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Addison. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Alex Highsmith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the 1st down sack. Garoppolo. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. They'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now here comes Berrios. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw, Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Pickens. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they will take a knee here. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Philadelphia, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.